Hello, 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 good morning, and welcome. Happy motherfucking Halloween. You are on the mountain with Rick and Ben, and it is time to get some shit straightened out for the party that is part of this epic two-door saga. We had a party member leave to pursue other interests as shit just kind of got a little bit crazy and reckless, and honestly, I don't blame Half Patches for leaving, not one teeny tiny bit. And I'm looking forward to bringing something new in. All right, so are you still sticking with what we've already discussed for Kyla? And then just building something else?
Okay.
Or are you going to just change Kyla? Or are you
What?
gonna keep Kyla, or are you gonna do a different character? I guess was my question.
What?
Are you gonna do Kyla, or are you gonna do a different character? Like, were you just gonna add casting to her, or were you going to rebuild something else? Or are you just gonna play her? Because it's really not a
Um,
huge problem. Because now that I
I
think
will.
about it, I mean, we
I'll
do
keep
have
Kyla. I can
Lurith.
just change what class she is. 'Cause- Can you hear me?
Now I can. Now I'm guessing I cannot. A little sneak peek of some things that might be to come for the party in the Tudor saga. We can move Seamus O'Connor back into NPCs, 'cause he's not around no more. We got Half Patches going as well. But Drusilla can stay, 'cause I guess that I'm gonna play her. 'Cause
Okay.
I play her.
You there?
Yes, we also have Drusilla, and we have Lurith. So I guess it's really not actually that important. If you want to play Kyla, go for it. I would really
Well, yeah.
love to have you as a kobold, though. And we have so many
I could
options
just.
there that can be discussed on stream, and so many options there that cannot be discussed on stream.
Well, we. I can just. I can just change her class if you need me to come up with. Put in something else.
Honestly, you know what? Okay, how's this? Keep her exactly as she is. We'll make her. Okay. Does she absolutely have to be lizard folk exactly?
No.
Okay, so she is a kobold mutation. She is still medium size for all of your other purposes, and she gets the kobold breath weapon.
Okay. I'll see what I can do to fit the breath weapon in. Might give her
Just
that
take
kind
it
of level
as
to
a
it.
free feat. It's literally kobold breath is an ancestry feat for kobolds. Um, I've been building a lot of fucking kobolds lately.
Ah.
So if you want some help or some templates or anything like that, I've got it covered. Um, and then follow follow 3.5 rules as far as modifiers for leveling up. So when you start building the character in Wanderer's Guide, apply those stat changes first before you start building the character, and then apply all of your buffs and everything as normal for the kobold, blah, blah, blah. So build it as a kobold.
Okay.
Or no. Just add the kobold breath weapon. Or just add the kobold breath.
Yeah. Kobold breath is a.
That's so much
I
simpler.
added it
Yeah.
and it automatically put it to campaign feats.
But change your type to kobold.
Doing that'll. Because of all the presets here, it'll mess up. But I think I have access to it as
Officially,
yeah,
I don't even care about it in Foundry. Just officially, your type would be humanoid kobold, and then whatever modifiers would still modify.
Right. Okay.
And then, important question: are you Skriel, or are you other kobold?
What's Skriel are the ones that are attacking us, right? Or the attacking
Skriel are the local kobolds. Yes, they're the ones that just attacked. They're also some of the kingdom's closest allies. If you are Skriel, it will help the party out immensely in figuring out what the fuck is going on. But if you are, that feels so much like a DM plant because they all know you're part of the storyline that I don't want to just give it away either.
My original idea was that she was from parts not around here, and because she is so different than a kobold, she kind of just doesn't stick around regular kobolds. Was my original plan with her.
Okay, perfect.
Like she's a kobold, but
she is a kobold herring.
Well, back when I was, planning it while I was building her in Foundry, I was like, she's a lizard folk, but she's also kind of not a lizard folk.
Okay, so tell me more about her. That way we can start working on backstory also.
Well, she's a lizard folk because, her tail is so much longer than anybody else's. Of her species, and her claws are longer than others. She's very much different than the other lizard folk. And so I was just gonna go by she was not comfortable with the way that she was treated amongst her own people, and so she left. Using she got basically a job as a tracker hunter. Bringing in food and game from the wilds for her people. And then eventually, once she got good at, tracking and living off the wilds, whatnot, she fucking left. She was sick of their bullshit and was like, I'm out of here.
Okay, so how's this? How about she is Skriel, but because she was abnormally large for a kobold, she also did not gain their light sensitivity or dark vision. She's got low light vision equal to regular vision, but she doesn't like being underground. She is not cut out for mining in tight spaces. So that's why she left. She was made fun of and kind of shunned, not out of malice or anything, but mostly because she just couldn't fucking fit through the kobold tunnels. But she knows the ones she can, because there are some that are larger, and then there are some that are just easy.
Yeah.
And
so do you want me to give her low light vision?
Yeah, take low light vision in place of light sensitivity, and dark vision.
Okay. I meant in Foundry. I don't have her written as an actual character in anything other than Foundry.
Yeah.
I have a 3.5 version of her, which... Oh well. So one thing she also has that I liked, but I can just drop if you need me to, is that her skin's sort of chameleon cut-like. And that it shifts color to make her a little more stealthy.
Okay.
I can drop that though, if that doesn't fit with kobolds.
Honestly,
That's not
I
part of the
feel
original
like
one.
that has nothing to do with kobold or not. I feel like that's actually a feat that rangers get.
It's actually a heritage for lizard folk.
Yeah, like if it's not super important now, it's definitely something we can work towards. And like I can definitely give it to you as a cosmetic effect now, and then we can unlock mechanical benefits later.
The thing I see about, oh no, like I've already, if you bring up Kyla, her character sheet, heritage, unseen lizard folk.
Oh, if you've already taken it, then yeah, you have it.
Mm-hmm. But like that's a lizard folk thing. If that doesn't fit with like, it doesn't really
lizard folk are really not developed at all. And honestly, like we'll just roll that into part of your actual heritage. Will make you like we can rebuild all of this as actual kobold once we know the system a little bit better. Just do all custom options, but it works as is for now.
Yeah. Honestly, the unseen lizard folk thing, no one in the party would even notice until we left the green fields and forests of this area. All of a sudden, we drop off in Lakerim. They look over to me at my character, and she's gone from like greens and browns to whites and grays.
How much of the world have you traveled?
Don't know. No, I haven't decided. I made her level 3 like Calf Patches was, but I hadn't decided that part of things.
Wait, okay.
Once I got her built, I had started working on learning how to make edits and make my own homebrew stuff.
Wait, age 23, height 4'8", weight 236. Is that you set that?
Yes.
Because 4'8" is very small for a lizard folk. I mean, that would still be a big ass motherfucking kobold, so I don't have a problem with it. Although,
look at her posture.
Huh?
Look at her posture.
Oh, okay. That's like not a battle crouch stance. That is how she stands. Okay, gotcha. No, that makes sense then.
She doesn't stand up straight most of the time. I think she could, but unless she wants to try and intimidate somebody, which she's not good at.
Okay, no, I get it then.
Age, I originally made her in her 40s, because lizard folk actually do live a long time. But if we're making her a kobold for this setting, age needs to be lower.
No.
40s.
No, not at all. Kobold's age range is actually even like in most D&D and you know whatnot, is up there close to like 100 years. They just rarely live past 20. But once they live past 20, like if they actually succeed to live a while. Like, they don't die from age for a good long while. So we could even have you, like, 43, 50, whatever. The real question is how long have you been gone? Because I figure you were probably maybe 10, 15 when you were kicked out, or when you left. Or do
That's
you
a
want to have been
long
younger than
time.
that?
That's a long time to travel. Left at like you say like left at 15?
Yeah, we'll say left at 15. Because I'm thinking that they would actually have a ritual at 15. And I think you left on your ritual and you just never went back.
Okay.
But you have heard whispers through the as a ranger. Are you actually like, yeah, you're in touch with nature. You're just as nature as Lurith, so you guys will actually probably get along really well, which will be much
Yes
to
and
Fairheart's chagrin.
yes and no. Rangers aren't as in touch with nature. But I mean, yes, there is some in touch with nature sort of thing, but she's in touch with nature the same way a wolf is in touch would be in touch with nature compared to the druid of the forest. She's less in touch with nature and more of a an experienced predator in nature. It's the reason why she doesn't have any spellcasting. I could have given her guardianship spells with some feats, but I elected not to.
Gotcha. But so she is a purely unarmed.
No, no, I gave. She has claws and her tail whip, but she does have a bow and a spear for hunting. Though she can turn those towards human prey. Sure, she can do that. But as far as melee goes, she's claw and tail. And I guess now breath weapon, but that's yeah. I really tried to lean into the whole was a hunter background a little more.
Yeah, I like it. What did you take for your dedication?
What was that? You broke up.
What did you take for your dedication?
I didn't take a dedication.
You get one for free. Did you build it on Wanderer's Guide first?
No?
That's why I tell you to go there, because I give you a bunch of extra shit that Foundry won't tell you to add. So that's what it's there for. Like, build it on Wanderer's Guide, and then put it into Foundry, and then I'll tell you what to add in Foundry. Which, obviously, is the shit that you've already made for it. But yeah, because you get a free dedication at level 2. When you get a class feat, you can choose a dedication feat instead, but I just give you both.
Oh, okay. I chose Relentless Stalker as my feat instead of a dedication.
Well, no, I'm saying you get your feat, and then you also get the dedication, which gives you a feat. Like, it's a free feat that I'm giving you. Is you get to take your regular class feat, And then you also get to take a dedication feat.
Okay. Sorry, I have I have the book you sent me for my birthday in front of me.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. Let me pull up mine. Let me see if I can remember where.
Page 219.
Thank you. I was so close. There we go. Archetypes. And yeah, there are so many motherfucking archetype options available on Wanderer's Guide. So many motherfucking options. It is crazy. And there's some really cool shit there. And it will allow you to very much customize your character and make it what you are looking for. It's half Gestalt, and I have heard rumors of a full Gestalt Pathfinder 2 version that I haven't actually found details on, but is kind of exciting.
Sorry, I'm reading I'm reading the rules for archetypes. Now it replaces the class feat at the level you take it from.
That is raw, yes. However, about 80% of PF2 tables play with the archetype variant rule, which is when you get a class feat, you also get a archetype feat, which is why I said build it on Wanderer's Guide, check that box, then it will do all of that for you. And then you get to add the extra shit into Foundry. It's just to double check because it's one less thing you have to think about, I guess. And I mean, of course, you don't have to do it, but you can also just, look, find, see what you want, and fucking take it, because it's all in there anyways.
Yeah.
You just have to remember to do it. And I mean, if you don't, oh well, it's your loss, but it's there for you.
I'll take a look. I'll take a look at the dedications in a bit.
But like you could bring out a primal rage with a barbarian archetype and gain access to rage. You could multi-class into fighter to get access to fighter feats and
Um, to be more on brand for the way kobolds are, I would probably take some sort of sorcerer, like sorcerer heritage dedication or something like that.
okay.
Because a lot of kobold stuff is like blood of dragons heritage sort of thing, which is a little thing
Yeah.
like sorcerer. But I don't know about that.
Okay. Since we have audience of zero, I'm going to tell you a secret that. Remember when I said there was a race that was older than the elves?
Sure.
We've already done that, talked about that a few times, and we've put a couple of other races before the elves. But remember when I told you that the very first one turned himself into a lich?
Yeah.
That's where kobolds come in. So that actually happened a couple of 100 years before the party, which means kobolds are truly the first species. And they have survived the entire time because they're just underground all over the place, but they're fucking everywhere.
Mhm.
And they don't start shit with anybody. And, you know, people have started shit with them time and time again and have always regretted it because they saw how people treated each other and they didn't really want anything to do with it. So that's how they, started making traps and everything and just leaving shit to their own devices. Like, just don't come around us and we won't have to fuck with you at all. And if you do come around us, then, well, we don't have to fuck with you at all. Just good fucking luck. The Skriel are that original tribe.
Question:
Yes.
What what color of what type of dragon?
There are no dragon types. And therefore the Skriel are all different types.
Well, no, like for blood, for the sorcerer dedication, I have to choose a dragon type for
Um,
adding it.
and that's
Which I
kind
think
of
it's
what
just
I'm
basically
I'm
pick
getting at
element.
is like, really? Uh,
What element would make most sense?
yeah, it's up to you.
Oh, let me take a look at that. Ha. Interesting.
Was ist das?
What is? What's what?
You said, interesting. I said, what is this?
Oh, I grabbed a couple of the initial spells granted by the sorcerer dedication. Uh, well, one of them is completely worthless to Kyla. Dragon claws.
Yeah. Although, no. I will actually give you
Actually, hold up, wait. They are not completely worthless because they add 1d6 extra damage of energy damage based off of the dragon you are.
Exactly.
So
And
yeah, they're
what do
not
your
completely
claws
wasted.
do?
A 1d6 slashing or piercing of my decision. I took a feat for that last part. Normally I do 1d4 slashing, but there's a heritage feat that can be taken to upgrade those claws from 1d4 to 1d6 and have the versatile piercing. So I can instead do piercing damage with them instead of slashing.
All right, and I
In a
do
pinch.
believe that there is a feat that is worded something along the lines of, as long as you are using an attack that you have not used yet this round, your multiple attack penalty is reduced to, instead of 5 and 10, to 4 and 8. And there are a couple other things that work with it, and I believe it can actually be reduced overall to 3 and 6. And if you can find that, you can take it. Because I like that idea of it's claw, claw, tail. That is how you attack. That is what you fucking do. And so you're good at that. And if you try and do something else, you're a lot less good at that. If you try and claw, 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 your body's just like, what the fuck am I doing? If you try and tail, tail, you don't even fucking know. You end up fucking upside down.
Well, I was going to have her give her 4, but it would be claw, claw, bite, tail. But I elected not to take bite. There's a feat for that one as well, and I elected not to take it.
Okay, what does your tail do?
1d6 bludgeon.
All right, I will give you a 3 action that is claw, claw, tail, tail. However, claws have to be on one side, tails have to be on the other.
No, I'm fine with the way it is. I don't need that extra action.
No, I'm just saying, like, I even if it's not something you put on your character sheet, like, we can just make it work. But if you have 2 targets on one side and 2 targets on the other, I'll give you 4 attacks. Your first 2 at full bonus, and you can go claw, claw, tail, tail. Because it would be absolutely hilarious if, like, down the line you take some kind of, like, feats to push with your tail or some shit like that, and just all of a sudden, like, you get into that situation, it hasn't come up at all the entire fucking time, and party doesn't even fucking know about it, but they see it happen, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, he's surrounded, and then you're all just like, brah, brah, and you just hit all fucking 4 of them in one round, and you fucking get a goddamn shove on that last one, and the fucking tail sends a motherfucker flying halfway across the fucking room. That sounds awesome. Sounds like some fucking T-Rex shit without the bite. So yeah, no,
Alright.
I improve your character concept and fucking go for it. And yeah, you're
So I have one problem.
what's that?
My charisma. My charisma is a -1.
Oh well.
I'm going to check and see what this does, because this isn't.
It's why you don't rely on spellcasting. You have it naturally. That's why it's sorcery and not like warlock or anything else. Like at first I was gonna be like, I really don't like kobold sorcerers just because that's too on the nose with the cliche. Um, But no, like you're right. It's literally natural magic for her. And the best source of that is being like you're just basically an overflowing fucking kobold. Like the magic is super fucking strong with you, even though you don't like it or care for it. You're completely and utterly fucking just in like
Okay.
visceral hunter mode. I love it.
So I have 3 spells and 3 focus spells.
Okay.
I have shield as a cantrip. I get 1 cast of True Strike and 1 cast of Resist Energy.
Okay. Have you chosen your type yet?
Blue.
Damn it. Okay.
So electric dragon. Or lightning, I guess, dragon. I have 3 focus spells. One is Dragon Claws. I have Dragon Breath, which means I don't need the Kobold Breath weapon.
Um. Let me. Okay. You're in Foundry? Link that in the chat for me.
What?
However
Dragon
you
Breath?
have Dragon's Breath.
Sorcerer Dedication. Sorcerer Dedication gives me access to Draconic Bloodline.
I just wanted to see the specifics on how it's worded to see if I can give them both to you.
Oh, you probably can, but
Yeah, fuck it. No, I mean, let's do that. You just have both breath weapons.
let me actually bring up Pendium browser. Kobold Breath. Okay, it's a much, much weaker breath than the one I've gained. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have access to this breath yet.
I didn't think so.
Okay, yeah, I don't have access to the Dragon Breath until spell level 5. That's
9.
9? Okay. So that's 9. Okay, I will put Kobold Breath back in.
So yes, when you unlock it, I will give you just both of them. And I believe that there are ways that you can improve the kobold breath.
Yeah, probably. The Bloodline Breath is it's a focus spell. So it does take a resource to cast. But okay, Kyla does have some spell casting. What's that look like? Okay, that's damage. Eh.
All right. So how many sides have you been to? And you know what? Honestly, I'm guessing you have at least been to Deshonit. Probably by way of Hackleford's Crossing, which is conveniently close to the caverns of Skriel when you would have left, and you would have been looking to GTFO as far away as possible. So I could see that being where you would have gone. You would have met lizard folk and kind of fit in with them because of your size and stature and big ass fucking tail. And you actually kind of looked more lizard folkish than you ever did koboldish. And then you just realize that they're kind of fucking asshats and you didn't want to deal with them either. And that's where you left from the lizard folk people. And so you're everything is all set up as lizard folk. You, if someone asks you, you would say you are a lizard folk, only you would call it something else, whatever they would call themselves. But I gave you Draconic and Orcish languages, and I gave you the Kobold trait, because that is where you started.
Okay. Makes sense. Hey, question. You there?
Yep.
On Foundry, is there a book icon just sitting in the grass on your screen?
Give me a moment.
I accidentally dropped a thing on the map. I can't get rid of it.
Okay, so when that happens, go over on the left side, tile controls, the third one down.
Okay.
And then you'll be able to click on it and delete it.
Oh, okay.
The tools on the left decide what you can actually select and what you can do. And so, like, now, while you're on tile controls, you cannot touch the fucking characters, no matter what. Because they're not tiles, they're actors.
Right. So, you want to hear about the Ankegites?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'll let you read their description later. But they were made by an insane, a deranged demigod, is what I wrote. Who made them just to see if he could. They escaped and set up shop. They look like monsters, and most people treat them like they're monsters. So they're not very friendly. They were never welcomed really in most places, and so they're not very friendly to others. They're large sized. D10 hit points. They have a natural burrow speed of 5 feet, which isn't much, but it's enough to make tunnels.
Right.
That party members can use.
They leave behind a medium-sized tunnel. Nice.
They're large-sized creatures, so I would assume they do. Or I assume they could. I mean, burrow speed of 5 feet is damn slow, but I mean they can tap the soil around them as large-sized creatures. Minus charisma, plus con and wisdom, and 1 free. They have dark vision. They have claws, and they have 4 front arms that can grab things, which I gave them an ability I had to make in Foundry, and I'm still working on it.
Okay.
It's multi-weapon mastery. You have multiple natural limbs that are easy for you to chain. You take -1 on each attack you make with agile weapons after the first. So normally, for agile weapons, you take -4 on the second attack and -8 on the third attack. With multi-weapon mastery, they take -3 on the second attack, -7 on the third attack.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm. However, I did not find that feat anywhere, so I just kind of made one up.
Oh, it might be a fighter feat or something like that. I don't care. You can have it. It's core to the concept. So, if it was a feat that was off limits, then yeah, whatever. You got it. So you said you're -3, -7, as long as you use all 3.
Well, claws are considered agile weapons, and so that's why I said to make it with agile weapons. So you do first at full attack, then -3, then -7, with the standard being -4, -8.
So yeah, -3, -7. I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
And we can go with agile weapons. No, honestly, just like you don't have to adjust it. Just claw tail.
Oh,
Like
no,
as
no,
long as
this
that is what
this
you're
is for the
doing.
Ankegite.
And claw tail or claw tail.
No, this is for the Ankegite.
Oh yeah, that's right. And because they've got. So do they have 4 clawed arms?
Yes. However, because there's only three actions per round, in order to get multiple attacks with multiple of their limbs beyond 3, they'd have to take some sort of flurry of blows ability.
Or
I would think need more training. So
no. You attack with 1 arm. You attack with 1 arm. You attack with 2 arms.
okay.
Like you've got okay. So is it 4 arms like Goro?
Sword. Yes, basically.
Okay. So you got
however,
a scimitar and a rapier and a motherfucking warhammer. Scimitar and the rapier, 2 small swords in the bottom arms, and you really fucking wield a 2-hander.
I don't think I don't know about the 2-hander. I do see what you're going for though. Basically they're what if you turned Goro into an insect and then made it a cockroach centaur? That's what they are basically.
Okay, that sounds fucking disgusting. So maybe the 2-handed attack, you still stick with 2 good defensive swords on the 2 bottom arms. The top one is used for grappling, and then they can start to fucking just take over and start chewing on your fucking head. Because honestly, if we're doing an Ankeg justice, then I picture that its mouth kind of runs the entire length of its goddamn torso. The motherfucker just opens sideways like this is the church, this is the steeple, open the doors and fuck, you got eaten.
Here's the thing about Ankegs. I think they're Wizards of the Coast. They're Wizards of the Coast. Uh,
Wait. I can
creatures.
look this up because you read me the list and I wrote the shit down.
Yeah, as far as making a new races or ancestries, that's actually not particularly hard in Foundry.
Good. We should
As long as
make Galil specific races that are copies of the others, but with with the extra shit that we give. Because you can just directly copy what's already there
yeah.
and then adjust it. And I love that they give you that ability.
My main thing is I'm not entirely certain what large size actually does for a player character.
Me either, because I don't think they have actually done any large size characters yet.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We have our books. I'm going to look up what size modifier. I'm going to look up size modifiers. That's what they were in and under the 3.5. 473. Okay. Oof. There's got to be something in spells. Um. Would it be an E? Might be an E.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck I put it.
Okay. Details. Okay.
I do need you to do me a favor.
What's up?
In your open up a new tab in your browser, go to remove.bg.
.bg.
Go to upload an image and put in the picture, or the screenshot of Kyla that you took from Hero Forge, the one that you already brought into Foundry.
Okay.
And then hit OK or whatever it is. Download.
Original or removed background?
Download the new one with the background removed.
Okay, done.
Save it, and then go into Foundry. And then bring up Kyla. And go to prototype token. Go to appearance.
Kyla, hold up. Alright, so Kyla prototype token.
It's on the very
Token at
top
the
part
top.
of the window that popped up for Kyla. Near the
Yep.
close.
Token configuration.
Yep.
Okay.
And then click on appearance, which is also up at the top part of the prototype token window. And then under appearance image path, all the way to the right, go to browse files. Okay. When that pops up the new window, click on Two-Door Saga Uploads. If you don't see it, click on Root and then Two-Door Saga Uploads.
Okay, Two-Door Saga uploads.
Then underneath the scrolling part, you'll see Upload. Choose File.
Yep.
Go ahead and
Choose the...
add the new one. Yep.
Okay.
And then once you do that, click on Select File, as long as the selected updates to show the name that you picked. Make sure that it's there, and then select File.
Okay, done.
And then click Update Token in the Prototype Token window. And that will close that.
Update token.
And then you can close Kyla. And then we're going to switch over to Actor. We're going to delete Kyla. We're going to delete Drusilla. We're going to pull out Drusilla. We're going to pull out Kyla. Oh, that's right. I need to refresh. It was easy for me to walk you through the process step by step because I did it alongside you to update Drusilla.
They still have backgrounds for me.
Yeah, you gotta refresh it, I think, if I remember correctly, because you'll notice I've done this for everyone. And now Foundry doesn't wanna load for me. Happy Halla motherfucking ween. Oh, So, any new spoilers?
Um, the last set of spoilers I already went through with you.
Okay.
Um, oh nope, they do have some more. All right, let's see. Oh, lovely. Echoing Deeps means that we can now run.
That sounded like another
One,
fish
two,
lord. Is that another fish lord?
It's a land.
Oh.
5 different locuses, effectively.
It's a new locus? What?
No, it's a card that comes into play as a copy of a land in a graveyard. So it technically would work for a locust deck if you could get a locust in the graveyard.
It would also work for a Dark Depths.
Yeah. Enters the battlefield tapped as a copy of any land card in a graveyard, except it's a cave in addition to its other types. Which doesn't matter.
Alright, I think we are finally reloading the scene. Yes, you both
That's
still
human.
have backgrounds.
More dinosaurs.
Delete. PCs.
The Ancient One. Blue, black. Mythic, rare, legendary creature. Eight for 2 mana. Descent 8. This can't attack or block unless you have... This can't attack or block if you have less than 8 or more permanents in your graveyard. 4 mana, draw a card, then discard. If you do, target player mills equal to that card's mana value. I don't like it. What else have we got? Okay, there's a merfolk. It doesn't look like a good merfolk, but it is a merfolk.
Alright, Drusilla is good. What is the name of the file that you uploaded, and are you sure that it got there?
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
I'm guessing.
Tudor Saga uploads. Kyla Lizard Folk. Kyla underscore Lizard Folk. Remove dash remove bg dot preview.
Yeah, it's not there.
Dot thing.
It's not there. Sometimes it looks like it uploads, but it doesn't.
It's under Tudor Saga uploads on my screen. Let me go back to...
Oh, you see it in there?
This. Yeah. It's in the list.
Oh, yep, no, there it is. Okay. Select file, update token.
Oh, you're doing that.
And... Yep, there it is. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so there's a 3-mana 2/4 merfolk that has prowess whenever a creature explores. So like
okay.
+1/+0 until end of turn whenever a creature explores. That +1/+0 trigger.
Yeah, that could be a fun build around for standard with some of the other shit that's already spoiled in this set. but
And
I
unlockable.
it's definitely not worth. It's not worth the commitment in
Mm-hmm.
a streamlined ass deck like Modern Fish.
Let's see. Fungus, vampire. All right. Oh, here's a legendary merfolk. Uncommon. Cancel current conductor. 2 mana, 2/3. Whenever a creature you control explores a land, you may put a land from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Whenever a creature you control explores a non-land, put a +1/+1 counter on a Nakazil current conductor.
Again, like anything that
Not good
relies
for
that
your
heavily
fish.
on exploring, I
Yeah,
definitely
that's the merfolk's gimmick in this, I think.
exactly like I think it's gonna make for very fun Merfolk standard, but I don't think it's really gonna make it into modern because it's just too much of a commitment. We might run one or two of the cards, but we're not gonna run the setup.
Yeah. All right, that's mana ramp in green, which eh.
Is it good mana ramp in
Um,
green?
uh, 2 mana basic forest, ETB tapped. 2 mana to go search for a basic forest and put it into play tapped.
Instant speed?
So like sorcery. They
It's
don't give you
terrible.
that shit at instant speed.
It's terrible.
Also lets you pick up caves from your graveyard. Don't know how relevant that'll be until I actually look at all the caves. More Jurassic Park stuff. Okay, that's a little fun. A human that a a human advisor who apparently is attempting to do diplomacy with the merfolk.
Wait, where? What is this? I mean, it does
Okay,
sound
I was reading
interesting,
his
but where is this coming from?
it's from the Ixalan, a new Ixalan set. It's one
Oh,
of the
okay.
spoiled cards. I was just reading his flavor text, and that's what I'm getting from him. He's a diplomat who's trying to do diplomacy with the Aztec themed merfolk of Ixalan.
Gotcha.
Let's see. At the beginning of each player's end step, if an artifact enters the battlefield under your control this turn, look at the top 2 cards. Put one into your hand and another in graveyard. Okay. Not good enough. Okay. One and a red, instant speed. The owner of target artifact or creature with mana value 1 or greater shuffles it into their library. Then that player discovers X, where X is its mana value. That's cute. That's almost Chaos Warp.
So how chaotic are these
Like you
Enkegs?
having... Hmm?
How chaotic are these Enkegites?
Um... Not particularly chaotic, honestly. In their description, tab, there's a pretty decent amount of information on them. But they're not really chaotic at all.
Okay.
Being, being creatures that were created by a being, they're kind of lost. In the world.
How much investment do you have in that being?
None.
Hi, baby. Okay, can that being have been Kofio? When she became a demigod... oh, thank you, my love. It looks wonderful. When she became a demigod, she decided, fuck it, and created a race of people just to worship her, to help her ascend to godhood. And it worked out for a little while. And then she ascended to godhood and no longer gave a fuck. And they just kind of became disillusioned and went about their way.
If we're going to make it Kofio, I think we should make it, instead of that, be something along the lines of, she got godhood, and then, like, flexing her powers, she's like, you know what? I think will be funny. Cockroach centaur people, and just like as a practice run to practice with her newfound godhood powers, she's like, this will be hilarious. Cockroach centaurs.
I like it.
Like, the thing about Ankegites, they're as varied as humans when it comes to alignment, but they tend toward more towards neutrality and evil. There are good ones, but less.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of too bitter and resentful for there to be very many good ones. They are out there, but you'll find a lot more neutral and evil ones than you will good.
Gotcha.
The Ankegites don't give a shit about religion, really. They know and believe gods exist, but given their creator and their escape, they don't feel that any divine being really deserves their worship. The best they get is druids.
Gotcha. So we can definitely make cleric as an off-limits class for them. Because that's actually something I've been toying around with more and more, and I really like.
Well, I think...
I feel it does help make the races different.
It's an off-limits class the same way Paladin is an off-limits class for a drow. Yeah, you might be able to get a technicality and get one in, but that is a big technicality.
Well, just like no human wizards. And, I think Inventor is going to be left to kobolds and the backward. I think Alchemist is going to be goblins and the backward. And, like, Dragon Disciple, yeah, that's kobold or certain class features that can unlock it. But also, of course, being a Cadwallader goblin, you're going to have access to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I got very excited when I heard those two words, because I was like, oh, okay. Ben's favorite thing D&D is here, so good.
What?
Dragon Disciple.
Oh. Dragon Disciple's not my favorite. Dragon Shaman is my favorite.
That's
Dragon
right.
Disciples are,
That's
Dragon
right.
Disciples are
Fuck.
okay. Dragon Disciples are okay. In 3.5, they were a little underpowered. For what you got, they're really not particularly great as far as power goes.
Gotcha.
There are some builds that do use them, though. their extra stats and their natural weapons do help. Some gith builds.
What the fuck? Where is my goddamn picture of it? Ah, fucking hell. All right. No biggie, not the end of the world. So what are you thinking of Foundry?
It's taking a little getting used to, but I am getting used to it.
Yeah, I've definitely still got a lot to learn, but I like it. It is very handy, and I'm finding more and more things to love consistently.
Okay. Boop. There we go. There's that. So I looked up what a large size does for you.
Yep.
Basically nothing. It makes you take up more space, and it changes what your reach is. And, gives you a +2 status bonus to melee damage rolls, and that's it.
Yeah, that seems a bit ridiculous. +2 strength, +1 con, -2 dex. Actually, yeah, no, that would work. You get strength boost, con boost, free boost, dex penalty.
Okay, so I started filling out Taylor Keg.
And is this Taylor Keg as in Taylor?
No, I just
Okay.
the original character. The original character was using Taylor's human template with two with the toric. It was originally Taylor's level 1
Taylor
strong
as a base,
character.
but not part of Taylor's journey.
No.
Okay.
With Ankeg, Toric template, and Insectile template. So that damage should have been 9. I'll have to finagle with it a little. But that character isn't ever going to be a character I plan on having us put in this. That is just my practice. In fact, that should probably... There we go. It's out of the PC characters now. Alright, well, I have to go to work tomorrow. Let me look through the rest of the new spoilers. See if there's anything interesting.
Copy that.
How often does your deck have 8 permanents in the graveyard?
Um,
I don't recall you ever really having that many permanents in the graveyard.
if
If you had that many...
if we're going past turn 6, then probably.
Mm.
But yeah, it's definitely not a winning game plan for me.
2 mana, remove target creature for 2 turns. In blue.
Wait, that on a merfolk?
No. It's a non-merfolk spell. It's a 2 mana artifact with flash that taps up to 1 target artifact or creature and puts 2 stun counters on it. So it doesn't untap for the next 2 turns.
Nah. Vapor Snag.
Blue.
That's what I got Vapor Snag for.
Doesn't Vapor Snag not work on big things?
No, it's return target creature to its owner's hand. That player takes 1 damage. It is creature only.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it is also
Yeah,
1
it's,
mana instant speed. So
Yeah. Yeah, this thing's called Lodestone and Needle. The front half is what I read to you. And then if you exile an artifact with it, it turns into explore as a sorcery at by paying mana. Which would let you buff your creatures a little bit if there was a bit of a stalemate, but your deck doesn't want stalemates. If your deck stalemates, there are problems.
Not even a little wee tiny bit. Cha.
Alright, what else we have? Oh, spells you control can't be countered. Well, that's funny. That says, hey, fuck you, blue player. Basically, that's what that card says. Although as a 6-mana legendary artifact, blue players are like, go ahead, try it. See if you even get to 6. Yeah, that's a bulk rare, if I've ever seen one. It's an artifact that gives spells you control can't be countered. But at 6 mana. No. I don't think that's worth it.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Well, that's adorable. There's a dinosaur spoiler in the new set called Belligerent Yearling.
Huh.
And the flavor text. One day it will be as terrifying as it thinks it is.
Yeah.
And it's like a baby Ixalan T-Rex. The hell is this? Twists and turns, 1 green. Enchantment. If a creature you control would explore, instead scry 1. Then that creature explores. When it enters the battlefield, target creature you control explores. When a land enters the battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more, transform Twist and Turns. And it turns into Mycoid Maze, a cave, a land cave. Tap, add green, pay 4, tap. Look at top 4, grab a creature, rest on bottom. Okay. Interesting card. I'm not sure if that's going to be worth it. Okay, I thought this was a reprint. They're reprinting Resplendent Angel,
Okay.
which is a 3-mana white angel that if you gain a lot of life, you get 4/4 angel tokens. And then has, like, ability to buff herself by +2/+2 and life link for, like, 1,000,000 mana. Not the greatest, but at a 3-mana 3/3 flyer with later game upside, I mean, it'll probably see play in limited.
Yeah, she's actually a pretty good fucking card just because 3 mana 3/3 flying with potential late game upside. Even as ridiculous
yeah.
as it is, it's still a 3 mana 3/3 flyer.
I forgot, there's some new manlands being printed.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we have all of them. I've got Restless Reef. Got Restless Vents. I've got Restless Anchorage. Restless Ridgeline. And I think that's it for the ones we have. Looks like that's it for the ones we have. So I have Groll. We have Groll, Azorus, Rakdos, and Demur. Manlands at the moment spoiled. But they are the Restless Ridgeline is a enters tapped, taps for red or green, pay 4, 2 red and a green, becomes a 3/4 dinosaur until end of turn. It's still a land. Whenever it attacks, another target attacking creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Untap that creature. And the anchorage. Okay. Okay, I think I see what's going on. So they all turn into creatures, but they also have an ability that whenever they attack, do something.
Okay.
The red one untaps the creature and gives it +1/+0. The Restless Anchorage makes a map token. The Restless Vents loots. Discard a card to draw a card when it attacks. And then the Restless Reef. Whenever it attacks, target player mills 4 cards. It'll be interesting to see if they just stop at 5 and do half a cycle, or if they're going to do a full cycle.
Are they all ally colors right now?
See, Groll is ally colors. Azorus is ally colors. Rakdos is ally colors. And Demur is ally colors. So yes, they're all ally colors so far. Which means the other one should be white-green?
Yeah, probably. Selesnya.
Yeah, Selesnya. I think. Hold up. Black. Black. Red. Red. White. Definitely white something. Would have to be Selesnya. Well.
Yeah, Selesnya is the only allied pairing left.
Yeah. How many triggered abilities do you have in Merfolk?
Good question. Give me a second.
Like enter the battlefield and whatnot.
Marrow Regery. Whenever I cast a Merfolk, I may tap or untap target permanent. Merfolk Trickster, ETB trigger. Silvergill Adept, ETB trigger. Um,
How good would a 4-mana 4/4 Merfolk that doubles triggered abilities of Merfolk be? With
ooh,
wards for
actually
2.
really good. Like, whenever Savellan attacks, draw a card.
Okay. 4-mana 4/4 Merfolk with ward 2 that doubles the triggered abilities of Merfolk.
Okay, question. With Savellan in
What?
play, does it have Ward 3 or does it have Ward 2 and Ward 1?
I think mechanically it would have ward 2, ward 1. But in practice, it wouldn't really matter because you'd have to pay both wards anyways to make your spell work. Sort of like the way that Bushido 1 does not stack and make Bushido 2. It's Bushido 1, Bushido 1, Bushido 1, Bushido 1, Bushido 1. But, like, as far as mechanics go, it hardly is ever going to matter unless someone's running Stifle.
Hardly ever, but exactly. There is that niche opportunity, so that's why I ask, because it's good to know.
Yeah.
Um.
Okay, so there might be a card for you in this set.
Oh,
It's
wait, oh,
not a
wait, wait,
Merfolk.
wait. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may put a charge counter on Ether Vial. That would count, right?
Not a Merfolk. Ether Vial is
Not a merfolk, correct. Not a merfolk.
Mhm.
Oh, Tide Shaper. When Tide Shaper enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, target land becomes an island for as long as Tide Shaper remains on the battlefield. That means for 2 mana, I can take out 2 of your lands and turn them into basic fucking islands.
Yep.
That is beautiful.
So the creature you might be interested in then is called Roaming Throne. It is a 4-mana
Throne.
Yes. It's a 4-mana 4/4 artifact creature golem. As it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. It is the chosen type in addition to its other types. And then it doubles the trigger. If a triggered ability of another creature you control the chosen type triggers, it triggers an additional time. And it has ward 2.
Yeah, I mean, Silvergill Adept drawn 2 cards. Fucking Savellan drawn 2 cards. Fucking Tide Shaper hitting 2 islands. Like, all of those sound real, real fucking nice.
Mm-hmm. And here's the greatest thing about it. It is a merfolk, which means your lords buff it, which means you have a 4-mana 4/4 that automatically starts with protection in the form of ward.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty strong. And it's blue, or is it blue-green?
It's an artifact.
It's an artifact. It's just straight up
Yeah, it's an
4 mana. Okay.
It's an artifact creature. Yep, just 4 generic.
TCGplayer.com. Roaming Throne.
I'm looking at it in the spoilers page right now, so.
15.98 or 14.98. 15 fucking bucks
Yep.
on a pre-sale. It's only a rare. What?
Yeah, however, it is a basic rare. It's not a mythic. So if you just wait until the set comes out, probably you'll have plenty.
Yeah.
And that price will plummet. Unless it's like broken combo piece bullshit.
Which it absolutely will be.
Which I can see it being, but I don't know enough about standard to say for sure.
I mean, Kiki. Well, no, because it doesn't matter. If Throne is helping Kiki, then Kiki is winning by itself.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's gonna really hit modern at all. I think its price is really entirely going to depend on what standard can do with it. And I don't have enough experience to know that.
Fair. But even with that, like, that means once it rotates, I mean, I could see it being tried in modern because it could make a couple of combos more viable, like Peasy. If every spell you cast gives 2 creatures instead of 1, and then if you can have 2 Peasies out, now your lightning bolt is generating 4 bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to try it in that aspect.
My problem's 4 mana. PZ, it's a little slow for a PZ deck.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, that's why I said kinda. But, oh, aristocrats. If you've got a good aristocrats deck that is fairly tribal, because chances are there's going to be a bunch of zombies in it, even if it's not a zombie deck, or something along those lines. Like, you're going to have a few representatives of specific creature types as part of your...
Vampires might like it as part of their vampire aristocrats. They tend to be used for payoffs. Humans could probably get use out of it.
I almost want 2 of it. Almost. Like, fish is way too fast to actually want 2 of it. But, like, honestly, I kind of want to build a deck around this card. Like, what is the most that we can break that doubling effect? Because, I mean, fucking Thermo Alchemist. No, not Thermo, but the other Thermos. The automatic ones. The gutter snipes.
Mm-hmm. Goblins, and yeah. I think there's one deck that is stupid because it was stupid when it was in standard. And it was the best deck in the format.
It would actually still work for Thermo. Because you would be able to tap it again in between.
It would double the untap trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as like Roaming Throne, so do you remember Battle for Zendikar?
Yes.
Do you remember the black ally that life drained you whenever an ally entered the battlefield?
Yep.
Do you remember how bullshit that card was to play?
Yep.
Imagine it in a deck with Roaming Throne that doubles it.
Yep.
Put Roaming Throne down. Choose ally.
Yep. Ally might very well be the best way to break that card. Or
Perhaps.
Rebel. Rebel's a good one too.
Rebels don't have enough.
I know.
Power. I've looked into new rebels, and there aren't a lot of them.
Wizards, I'm sure, would also be a pretty strong choice.
A lot of their abilities are not triggered; they're activated.
That's, yeah. I mean, you're definitely not.
You'd have to pick and choose, but I mean, Wizards is such a large ass faction. Like you could probably make a deck work that is really be good. I was just thinking of the allies because that was their one of their whole gimmicks. Is like whenever an ally comes into play, they buff each other or do bullshit.
Yep.
All right. All right. Well, I got work tomorrow, so I'm gonna head off.
Yep. Have a good night. Happy Halloween. Thanks for hanging. And looking
No,
forward to getting to meet Kyla more.
no problem. I'm gonna have to decide what Kyla is like because like she has negative charisma, so she's not a particularly um hospitable person, I guess, or she's very awkward.
I'd say go the awkward route. She's
Go awkward instead of gruff.
yeah. I just feel like gruff is just such a fucking a cliche among.
But you know something funny?
What's
If
that?
I had chosen a different name, I mean, nobody in the party is going to be able to tell whether or not Kyla's female or not. Anyways,
Yep. The ambiguity is kind of a thing, anyways.
But like the name is Kyla. Come on. They're gonna get that it's female from the name.
Yeah.
But I thought it would have been funny if I had chosen a different name.
And also, I mean that would not necessarily be a safe assumption either.
Hmm.
But it's your gender is only as much of an issue as you choose to make it.
Yep. All right. Well, anyways, I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, get yourself some rest. Have a great night. I will not be on tonight for New Game Tuesdays, but I will tomorrow night for World Building Wednesdays.
Okay. I work 8 to 8 every day of the week this week.
Eek.
So I get Saturday off, which is why 8 to 8 is why I'm going to be late for the for the for the game. But I
Yeah.
will be there.
And that means that's 10 my time. So that's basically a little over 2 hours late, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um. Yeah. I mean, obviously, it is what it is. Ain't like you can do anything about it. Uh. I should be able to work you in whenever you join or shortly thereafter. Um.
Worst case scenario, I mean, it's not like he's without friends. Somebody could have sent me to help to aid Fairheart. Not the greatest of reasons, but it would work to shoehorn me into the game.
Yeah. Honestly, if I was gonna make that random ass connection, I would probably make it to Lurith instead.
Yes.
Just because honestly, we need to get the focus off of Fairheart.
Yeah.
Like the first session, that was my fault because that's how I wrote it.
Uh-huh.
And it was just kind of I felt like it was necessary just to kind of get the beginnings out of the way and party cohesion moving forward. This last session, that was not written that way at all. I never expected him to end up at the bottom of the pit. And it's honestly not really his fault necessarily either. And I'm not complaining about it because it was fun as hell. But the fact that he was the only one down there and everyone else was up top meant that it was totally the fucking Fairheart show for another like hour and a half. And
Yeah.
I just don't like 2 sessions in a row focusing on one character like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, honestly, it made sense for me not to jump down. My character not to jump down there.
Yeah, no,
Because he's a
like I'm
fucking.
not upset at anyone else for not jumping down either because he was stupid for ending up down there. And if y'all had gone down there, I mean, y'all probably could have won the encounter. I didn't put something down there that was just going to absolutely fucking kill you. But, you know, Army of Darkness, right?
Yes.
You remember the pit? That is exactly the feel that I was going for.
Mm.
How did I do?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen Army of Darkness.
Okay, well, the pit is literally like 10 minutes in, or you can just like watch the clip of it on YouTube. I definitely encourage you to watch that fucking clip again and see
Okay.
what the inspiration for it was and tell me how
I,
I did.
I assume if we had all ended up down there, there was a way out.
Um,
Had we have killed the thing, because it looked like from what you were, there was like maybe a pathway that could have led to like maybe a sewer exit.
I would not have had y'all fucking just like starve to death down there, but no, I really didn't have a way out planned. Like, then again, I didn't actually have much of anything planned under there aside from like the smoke and the fucking something hiding in there coming to get you and the fucking walls. Everything else I literally made up as we were fucking going along. I just grabbed a random fucking creature and put it in there and then pulled off of its stats. That's why it ended up it being a fucking swarm and dealing acid damage. Like,
Ah. Okay. Well, anyways, I'll talk to you later.
yeah, have a good night, bud.
All right. Bye.
Alright, so let's pretend that Thassa is a roaming throne and see if it improves these draws. Okay, we are going to go. I really don't want to pitch this hand, but I think I need to. Fuck it, we're gonna play it out and see what happens. Cavern of Souls names Merfolk. Pass turn. Botanical Sanctum. Merfolk Mistbinder. Pass turn. Island. Merowegery. Pass turn. Waterlogged Grove. Ether Vial. Master of the Pearl Trident. Souls. Loaded Atlantis. Which will untap the Cavern of Souls again. Swing in for 5. Untap. Vial rolls to 1. Draw. Tap 3. Play Marrow Regery. Untaps Cavern of Souls. Tap, tap, sack, draw. Pass turn. Untap. Upkeep, roll that up to 2. Draw. Tap the vial. Bring out Silvergill Adept. Draw a card. Play Flooded Strand. Tap and sack. Draw a basic island. Play Master of the Pearl Trident, which will untap Ether Vial. And the Cavern of Souls. Pass turn. Tap, upkeep, draw. Bishop and Dockhand. Just because there's more attackers though. If we're in a creature raised battle, we're probably doing good there because we're fucking huge. But if their plan is anything other than creatures, we lost already. And in Modern, even if their plan is creatures, we probably already lost that one. If not, we're in a good position to win. But the fact that we got to turn 7 like that, definitely not a good situation. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Go, baby, go. Alright, this is much better. We got Cavern of Souls again, but we only got 2 lands this time instead of 4. 4 is what killed us last time. We just had too much fucking land, not enough gas. We do not have a turn 1 play, only because we have to keep the Tide Shaper. So I think we're actually going to Waterlogged Grove first. Nope. We're still going to Cavern of Souls. Because if we draw another land, we don't want to play the Waterlogged Grove. So, Cavern of Souls names Merfolk. Pass turn. No, I'm not going to pass turn. Tide Shaper's in here as a 1-drop to be played as a 1-drop. The rest can wait. Alright, boom. There we go. Much better. Waterlogged Grove. We're going to pay 1 for Ether Vial. And not have to pay life for that this turn. Untap, upkeep, draw. Okay, Ghost Quarter. This has 1, so we are now able to pay 1 life, go to 19. We got Marrow Reegery out. And we're going to pass turn. Boom, boom, boom. That's up to 2. And we're going to 1, 2. We're going to play Lord of Atlantis, which will untap Cavern of Souls. Go down to 18. Merfolk Mistbinder, which will untap Cavern of Souls again. And we're going to declare combat. And then bring in Merfolk Trickster. Tap down a blocker. Going in with, and that is going to, it's not going to untap it because we didn't cast it. Okay. So you're 1, 2, 3, 4. You do not have an island yet. Yeah, we're going to tap the Ghost Quarter, sack the Waterlogged Grove, draw a card. And we're going to attack Trickster and Shaper. Violent Master of the Pearl Trident before damage. Pass turn, comes back. left at 2, yes, so... Again, this is... If it's creature-based, it might be okay. If it's not, then we're sure as shit fucked. Ghost quarters are not fucking helping me with anything here. Okay, so... I mean, if we're still around, I guess it's fine. Yeah. Draw for turn. Oh, that's right. No, because we were testing rolling throw. So, okay, so that gives us Mutavault still in second main phase. Which then allows us to tap those. Play Silvergill Adapt. Which draws 2 cards. And an end step. Oh, we don't have the bounce. We're going to tap. Play Curse Catcher. Untap. Tap. Activate. No, not tap, activate. Tap, tap. Hex Catcher. Untaps Cavern. Tap Civilian. Trickster. Scholar, Adept, Adept. Ether Vial is rolling up to 4, you probably lost the fucking game. Like, that's just us. Especially when Ether Vial didn't hit the fucking table until turn 4. Okay, only one land here. Breeding Pool, Tide Shaper, pass turn, 17. Untap, upkeep, draw. Ether Vial. Swing for 1. Pass turn. 18, 19. Ghost Quarter, you're at 1. In for 1. You go to block. Vapor Snag. Take 1 anyways. 19, 18. Or 18, 18. Untap. Upkeep, you're at 2. Draw. Use the Ghost Quarter to play an Ether Vial. We're going to use our 2-star Ether Vial to drop in a Merfolk Mistbinder and swing in for 2. Pass turn. 15 now. Untap, upkeep, you go up to 1. Bring in a Merfolk Trickster, tap down one of your blockers, so I can swing in for free with the Mistbinder and the Tide Shaper. Down to 10, pass turn, untap, upkeep. 1 goes to... Actually, no, you're both going to sit on 2 right now. Draw. I'm going to drop a Mistbinder and a Master of the Pearl Trident. I'm going to play a Mistcaller, and we're going to swing in with 4 and 5, 9. Pass turn, and during their upkeep, I'm going to Ghost Quarter, bye-bye. Untap, upkeep, draw, upkeep. We're going to leave both of them at 2. Got a Mutavault. We're going to swing for 9. And then bust in Master of the Pearl Trident, make it 11. More craziness. That felt a little bit better, although still kind of awkward. Literally was never able to cast a 2 mana. Because I got 2 fucking Ghost Quarters and a goddamn Motivault with my Cavern of Souls. That is 3 games in a row where I've gotten the Cavern of Souls, which is a 1 of, so that's kind of flipping crazy. Two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, only 2 lands are Ghost Quarters. That's going to be a no-go. Unless I started with an Ether Vial. That could work. Turn 1, Ghost Quarter, Ether Vial. Turn 2, Ghost Quarter. It's a really bad position to be in because you're still giving your opponent lands. I guess if it was turn 1, Ghost Quarter, Ether Vial. Turn 2, Ghost Quarter, Ether Vial. Ether Vial. Turn 3, hit their lands, and you're at 1, 2, and 3 on the Ether Vials. Or no, you'd be at 1, 1, 2. Turn 4, you can go 1, 2, 3. I could see that actually working. Okay, here we got 3 lands, 2 Regeries, 2 1-drops. Okay, and let's discard our 1. We'll say we're on the play this time, or on the draw this time. We're going to Botanical Sanctum first, play Curse Catcher, pass turn. Play Island. Shot on Dockhand. Mist Caller. Pass turn. Breeding Pool untapped. 18. Marrow Regery. Untap. Marrow Regery. Untaps Botanical Sanctum. Lord of Atlantis taps down 2 of their things. Now we're in for 12. Upkeep, draw. Merfolk Mistbinder. Tap down 2 of their things. In for 15. Yeah, I think unless we lost that one, we won it. Or should I say, unless our opponent won that one. Unless they wrenched it from our fucking grasp. Because that was a pretty solid flowchart right there. I'm honestly starting to question whether or not I want 4 vials. Which means I'm starting to question whether or not I want vials at all. Because if I don't want 4, then I don't want less than 4. Because if I want vial turn 1. And I don't want to see it after that. But oh, this is almost worth keeping just to try. Oh, no, not with 2 of her. 2 Savellans, Thassa, Vial, no land. Never check that card, it doesn't matter. I was vindicated. Twas a merfolk misbinder. Good mulligan. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.